Alright guys, welcome back. I posted up something a little earlier where I was playing around with a whole different setup for this, and I think that's probably, at least for the time being, the way to go with it. Um, I'm not expecting this to mess up like my previous videos. At worst, I'm expecting it to go like, I'm expecting it to go like that one did, maybe for like a second at a time at the worst. Um, and I'm using the exact same setup for this as I did for that test video, so if something happens, then at least you'll know that, hey, wasn't something that this wasn't something that really I did, because I'm pretty much just doing the exact same thing I did then. So I'm hoping, based off that it still works. Um, if it doesn't, then I've really got no idea. Um, but the fact is, it should. Ah, good. There's always there's always one of them that's upgraded more. Um, okay. Now, at this point, I'm just going to sort of divide a couple of these up into parts just to sort of make things more simple later, and yada yada yada. Um, so last time we went through the tunnel to get to the J8Z after Lukav. We got ambushed on the way out, and we had probably one of my favorite battles in the game, even though it turned out not to be as difficult as I remembered. But hey, it doesn't really. So good either way. Actually, I will make that switch. And I'm just going through some battle skills. And just sort of checking over things again, because it has been a little while since I got into this. So I think I know I'm kind of just blabbing for a bit, but I think I'll just go over and double check some upgrades and just sort of, make sure everything's fine and all that before I move on. Now I believe it's Griffith's Wanzer that was upgraded more. Like all of those are upgraded to level 3, and his is upgraded actually to level 4, which is why I split his up, because the body actually makes for a good part later. Like really what I wind up doing is sticking the body and the legs on Kazuki's Wanzer, and putting a power backpack on it so I can still go with good accuracy. Okay, so we moved over to the headquarters of the rebels. We're fighting against the essentially the Chinese government. So Dennis is just explaining, hey, I know the commander. I need to talk to him and get in touch, etc., etc. And the Chang's like, hey, how do I know you're not a spy? You can't just walk in here and demand to talk to the commander. Which obviously makes sense, as Marcus is pointing out. Yeah, so he's saying I wouldn't just contact him right away when I don't know who the fuck you are. And he's like, fine, just shut up already. And Ryogo's impatient already. Either well, Yun just wants to fucking burn the goddamn thing down. I actually missed that line where she goes all pyro. It's like, fine, I don't trust you, but I'll take you to him. Just because. Um, no, you're going to be here with these guys for a pretty large chunk of the game. Um, whereas so far at this point, we've kind of been just going back and forth from place to place really quickly. You'll wind up doing a lot of stuff with the rebels for a while. And really, when Marcus is shitting on it, that's kind of saying something. Yeah, so pretty much Huang and Dennis co-started the rebels together, so just giving some backstory there and stuff before Kazuki sort of just, shuts the whole thing down. And Kazuki's like, hey, calm your shit. Which, of course, makes Kazuki get more worked up because that's just how he fucking does things. And so Dennis is saying, hey, I need you to help out a little because we're looking for someone. And he's like, fine, I owe you one, but we can't trust the others and stuff like that. And Dennis is like, hey, I know you can trust them. And it's like, doesn't matter to me. So pretty much Kazuki's like, hey, what do we have to do to get you to trust us? And he's like, hey, I'll just, so pretty much we're just gonna be put in a room for a bit to sort of just think things over and all that. And it gives you the training data for, I forget where, I think he gives it to you for something called the oil base. So he got so we got a dispatch from a Navy base. And she's like, wait, why the hell did you, if you're rebels, why did you get message from the military? Which really kind of, makes sense to be wondering about. Um, yeah, this is when the game drops a bit of story on you for a while. Sorry there was some trouble, so I'm just going to try and do this again with another program. Hopefully this works still this time. I know it's at least picking up the video, so whether it picks up the audio, I don't know. Yeah, I forgot that, I forgot Bandicam only has a 10-minute limit. So I'm using, something called OBS now. And so they just sort of asking a bit about, what the base is and what its purpose is and everything like that. So they're saying, hey, that that China and the Philippines are pretty much in dispute, fighting over the oil field, and the base there is to sort of keep an eye on it, and how the rebels got him to be sympathetic to their cause. Yeah, and Dennis is explaining that he saved Wang from the army, and he helped set up the rebels and everything with when he was working as an agent. And that the rebels are against all these socialist policies that the current chairman has put in place and everything like that. You'll find out a lot more about this stuff later. This is really just sort of an introduction to, hey, there's a lot of shit going on, and there's stuff you might have to find out later for it to make sense. Yeah, and so pretty much Kazuki's like, hey, I need to talk to the commander and all that. And Hang's like, oh, it's you again. And Kazuki's like, hey, I need your help. And he's like, back off, told you to give us time, yada yada. I'm not really going to go and transcribe or explain every single thing said. And I'm not going to read it all out, just because that would defeat the whole purpose of it being there. And as I said multiple times before, I'm pretty much sure anyone who's watching this can actually read, so that they don't need me to transcribe every single thing. And so he's saying, hey, prove yourselves to us that there's a mission over by the oil field and I need you to go, and stuff like that. So Chang's getting stuck with us, despite his despite what he wants. Now that's kind of a common thing for a bit, is the fact that Chang just really doesn't like you. Not overly sure why, he just doesn't. I realize there's nothing here on oh, there is a little timestamp at the bottom. Thought there wasn't for a minute. It goes just like, hey, this place is all state of the art and everything. Yeah, so we're just meeting up with the commander and everything. With Chang giving the least flattering introduction ever. Now, I've always thought that if they got the commander sympathetic, wouldn't they need to get the people within the base sympathetic as well? Because what would be stopping the other people there from just, turning him over and holding him hostage and stuff like that, and calling in the military, so. So I'm sure everyone else there is sympathetic too, otherwise wouldn't really be able to do anything. Yeah, so he's talking about the oil field in the South China Sea and how it's their main source of income. So yeah, pretty much the black market, as Marcus said. And some inspectors are just showing up out of the blue because, as well, of course they are. And he's explaining that the whole thing is pretty much one just giant island, but you know how you know how oil rigs look anyway. Yeah, so the he was just saying that the inspectors came earlier and they'll be there any minute, pretty much. So he's saying, hey, as soon as you get there, take them out and do it on the platform if you have to. And you know, Dennis points out, hey, there'll be damage on the that the rig will be damaged rather. Of course, it's all about money. I thought we've been there like 2 hours and the game just thrust it into, yeah, you're with the rebels now. But really, the sense of how much time goes by in the game isn't something that's really covered too much. Like, it's hard to tell really how long ago the beginning of the game happened. Now, one thing you'll notice in the game is that the rebels are using USN Wanzers, which, if you think about it, kind of makes sense since they're getting funded and supported by the Americans. Yeah, so they're saying, hey, the Wanzers are here for the inspection, and it goes pretty much like, what the fuck are they using Wanzers for? So yeah, this battle actually, I think I'll use Yon for it. This battle actually isn't terribly difficult. And I say that partly because you actually get two NPCs on this. Now, granted, it should be said that even though their skill is actually strangely ridiculously high, like you'll be at like C level, and they'll be at and they're at an E. still actually really, I don't know. It's nice to have them, but it doesn't doesn't make a huge giant difference. I mean, really what they're there for is just to get in a couple of pot shots. Now, the left side probably has it harder than the right. Because in the right you have 3 guys against the 2, and it's not really overly difficult. Like, pretty much in a lot of ways, the left side's holding out until the right gets it. Which is fine. And yeah, I'll just block that. It's actually at this part of the in this section of the game where you'll get a bunch of NPC battles. Like, I can think of at least 3 off the top of my head. Actually, there might be a 4th, even now that I think about it. Yeah, whereas with the other route is kind of, I don't want to say spread out more, but it does feel that way a lot of the time. Okay, and that was pretty perfect. Now, this is kind of where you find out why why shotguns are annoying to deal with. Just because, unlike machine guns, they seem to just wear you down more. Like with machine guns, at the very least, you can get it's so there's like a few spare shots just to the leg, and that'll be it. When it builds up with you having to deal with 5 of them at once, then yeah, you'll kind of really start feeling it. Oh fuck. See, I was going to just have her switch arms, but kind of seems like that's out of the question for now. Really not sure how he can, because it looks like he's shooting through. But, well, that's good. At least I destroyed the cover. Now, there's really no way of essentially stopping him from getting killed. Like, really the best I can hope for is that when the rebel takes his shot, it'll miss. And that's not really a certainty. There we go, that does help a bit. And I don't know where that guy's going. Yeah, that's about expected. Oh wait, actually. I think I just realized something kinda dumb. And it's not the fact that Kazuki's gonna lose his weapon arm soon. Oh no. I just misinterpreted what weapon they were using. I thought they were like using the weakest sniper in the game for a minute. I don't overly like using repairs, but I can spare the money. At least at the moment. Oh, that's good. I'll make do with that. Though it kind of sucks because it means I didn't have to. Just because it means I didn't have to use that repair anyway. What I'm just gonna do is have go all the way over. Hope they don't. Hope he doesn't get sniped by the turret. Yeah, I don't know why the CPU does that. They have this really dumb habit of running straight up to your enemies when they can easily use their range to stop getting hit. I'm never overly sure why it happens though. Now, I've always found Rofop 1 to be more useful for shotguns than... Well, I guess that's probably because, oh shit, that sucked. Hopefully this gets him away from it. And I can sell that for some money. Yeah, I'll let it go up. There's not really much else left to do for this battle other than to just take out the turrets. Which, you know, are stationary, so they're not going to be posing the biggest threat in the world. And it's pretty easy to keep the NPCs alive. Especially the one on the left, like he doesn't really do a whole lot. So it just fires a couple pot shots and stays out of the way. So even though they do get up close and fire from positions they probably shouldn't have, they're still actually a lot smarter than some of the other NPCs you will and will have run into. Like those damn gorillas. Just all went and got themselves killed. I'm still amazed at how that went. Just because of the sheer, like, stupidity of it. He's like, alright, fine, you're not that bad. Yeah, so I was like, they might have contacted HQ, but I don't think we ever hear anything one way or another on whether or not they actually did. Now, what I'm going to do, since I think Moneymaker's pretty much learned all the rope-ups I need her to. Like, I know she could learn 2 more, but I don't really think that would help all that much right now. Whereas with Kazuki, I'll probably have him learn another one and maybe a second fast attack before I switch out his parts. And with Marcus, I might actually... See, the strange thing is, in a lot of ways, the Kaiben is a better is a better melee Wanzer than the normal melee Wanzers. Even though it has like, I think it has a little more weight. Oh no, it has less weight actually. At least for a time. Now, I'm just going over I always go through what to do and all that, but I feel like for now it's probably it's probably best to just keep it as is for him. So yeah. And I can still get some more, use out of the, the body. And even though, yeah, I'll just go to the network for a bit. No, I mean, I actually meant to upgrade, actually meant to switch out Raigo's body part a while ago, but really, truth be told, I just kind of forgot. Which I know is a really dumb thing to do, but it is what it is, right? I actually forget what the genie's body skill is, or not body skill, arm skill is. And since she learned Leg Smash, it seems only suitable to give her the part that learns Arm Smash at a time when the decreased accuracy of the arm won't really affect things too much. I'm just gonna do some simple upgrading. Sorry, but hey, this stuff has to be done. I mean, I don't want to be sitting here just dying time after time because, oh crap, I forgot to upgrade everything. I mean, I probably wouldn't, like, actually die per se. I probably just would get progressively frustrated at the fact that one of my characters is getting their ass kicked because I got lazy. No, I think that Jinyo has another, I feel like it has another half-decent skill to it. I can never remember. But really, even though the Jinyo body really isn't the best, like, has less health and less damage modification than that Kyujin has. Actually, you know what? I think I'll go back on that. Yeah, I don't feel like the skill is actually that useful that I feel like sacrificing some of my defense for it. It could be I just don't remember right now at this moment. Should also be pointing out that since I'm using an entirely different program, I'm sort of going into this blind now. With Bandicam it was fine because I at least had a little thing to go off of, but I kind of forgot about the 10-minute rule. You know, since it's essentially really, really old school YouTube at this point. Yeah, I know this is kind of a when you first get here, it just drops a bunch of story on you, so my bad on that. But it is what it is, right? And if this leads to more of my videos coming out a lot better, then that's not really something I can complain about. I mean, I could, but it would kind of be, you know, a little unjustified. Yeah, I never got why it like takes you to the sort of to that menu screen when there's only ever one place you can go and it makes you go there. It's like if we could have gone somewhere else instead, then I would get it, but you know, there wasn't really a reason for it. Yeah, so he's saying I can ask our forces to get any information, but you have to do some stuff for us. So he's saying, hey, you know, help us fight on our side until you get the stuff you're looking for. I mean, really, it's. I always thought it was weird that Kazuki got all pissed off by that. When it's like you'd think he would be the first one to be for it. But he's all like, oh, we can't help her without it. And I was like, yeah, I'm worried too, but she'll be alright. She's like, ah, this is the feeling I have. Yeah, so it was like, just trust that she'll be okay, you know? Oops, accidentally. My bad, my bad. Yeah, it's like, what are we gonna do now? Are we just gonna, you know, like, what are we gonna do while we're waiting, etc. So yeah, pretty much we're just going out in the city now to sort of see if we can find out some stuff on what's going on. I believe the game wants you to go to the shop, so why not? No, the Kazuki says, hey, we're underage, but they're like 19. So I guess Japan's drinking age is 21 as well. I don't really know. So pretty much there's two drunks just harassing some chick. And of course Ryugo just notices it. And the waiter's like, yeah, I gotta deal with that shit. Yeah, okay, so she gives you the link for the government website. So pretty much we're just going to chase away the bums. And by chase away the drunks, we mean sick markers on them. So we're just gonna talk to her, of course. Raigo, of course, trying to take credit. Yeah, so she's in here, you guys, that just showed up and introduces herself. And of course, Raigo keeps hitting on her. Because, well, because he's Raigo. If you haven't noticed that by now, then... She's like, hey, you've got a sister complex, and he's like, hey. His Raigo calls it out. So she mentions, hey, I've got a brother too, and we're both the rebels. And everything, so... I think the situation I was thinking of actually happens a little later. So I'm probably going to just see and if I can upgrade stuff. So you can buy the... Now that you can buy the Yongzhei parts, it's actually good to know, but... I do sometimes consider getting spikes instead of the fists, but I kind of figure it's... I don't know, since they do more damage, I just go with it like that. But I think the spikes might actually be slightly more accurate. Don't quote me 100% on that. But I seem to remember something like that being the case. So just doing some quick health upgrades. Just because, hey, why not, right? Oh good, it also has a computer upgrade. Which is always nice. I don't often go for the Like, I don't often go for the whole, uh, special computers that have, like, the activate up or whatever to them. And yeah, I didn't upgrade Marcus's because he's only really learned one thing right now, so it's not really worth it to do. No, really, I can just sell off all my old computers. And then it becomes there's no reason not to. Now I'm trying to remember what the Kyrian's arm skill is, but okay, I think I'll just upgrade Marcus a little. And that should be good for stuff here. Now I'll probably call it after the next mission. Just because, and partly since I have to splice in the other thing anyway. It just randomly goes, hey, who are you? And Rogo instantly hits on anything that moves. And of course, one thing you'll notice is that everyone seems to take turns shitting on Chang too. Rogo goes, hey, I didn't expect there to be people like her there, which... I mean, I guess nowadays that could be taken wrong, but... really, it probably just doesn't mean that. It just means that she doesn't seem... personality-wise the type to fight, or... well, not fight, but the type to go and, get, like, down in the trenches, so to speak. So she's essentially saying she joined the military because her father abandoned the family and everything like that. So Kazuka's like, hey, do you hate him? And she's like, I don't know. So they're saying, hey, we have a dispatch and everything like that. And Yang freaks out over the transport squad getting attacked. So Kazuka said, "Okay, we'll go and deal with it." So things come along and Luo, I'm not really sure on the pronunciation of that. I've always pronounced it Luo in my head. Yeah, so pretty much they got attacked halfway there. So we're just going to meet up with them and try to bail them out. Oh, excuse me. Now this battle actually does have a couple of things that are a pain in it. Um, I always find it weird how she's like not even equipped with a weapon. It was like, hey, there could be survivors, so we should go look for them. So pretty much the army just shows up. Yeah, you're not gonna fight with hard blow. There's no. Now it is worth noting that her brother's machine is actually different on this branch than isn't the other one for some strange reason. I normally use Marcus, but since you're just fighting tanks in this, oh. Yeah, since you're dealing with tanks and vehicles and stuff, it's really best to use Yun instead. Plus you get the damn infantry guys. And they have that goddamn grenade APC. Oh, I actually didn't realize they had two. And you want to take these things out as soon as absolutely possible. Yeah, I should have positioned Ryoko better. Really, the grenades do not make this a fun battle. Though the enemies pack together so tight, they'll hit themselves with them. I'm actually impressed they missed both times. That's like the one saving grace, is that grenades will often just straight up not hit at all. Like really, they just have terrible accuracy. I usually don't try to waste, like I said, I don't waste shield shots on infantry. 90% of the time it's just not worth it. Now I'm gonna hopefully have that not happen. That was not what I hoped to do. Yeah, that's definitely on me for getting carried away. So pretty much my hope here is that she pilot damages twice. Not good. Yeah, that was definitely my mistake. That should just straight up never have had to happen like that. Now the good thing is the grenade, well, in a way, is that the grenade APC is going to be distracted by Kazuki. And apparently the button got stuck down. That was just weird. This is actually one of those battles that just really hates me. Makes me hate infantry. Just because there always seems to be. It's like there's just so damn many of them. Okay, so when you take out a certain amount, a couple of reinforcements start showing up. Which is why you want to try to keep your guys as healthy as possible. Oh, that was it. That took off way more than I would have liked. And Ryugu just randomly throws at a roof up too. Because that's fucking what Ryugu does. Now this is one of the most bizarre things you'll see, which is that that a melee wanzer is equipped with a rocket launcher. Or missile launcher, rather. It's probably one of like the only times in the game it happens, and it's so bizarre for how little sense it makes. Like, it literally does not make any sense whatsoever. And that, and also nearly does the fact it has Rof up too, despite not having a burst weapon of any kind. So pretty much these are the you can essentially look at these as the Chinese Special Forces. Well, I say essentially because that's what they are. Okay, that pissed me off, because just because I was like 100% sure he'd be dead. Now you don't really need to worry about the other two much, unless you got like really smoked by grenades. Land is actually much more of an issue than the soldier. Like, the only bad thing about having to fight the guy with the missile launcher is that because he's in a melee wanzer, it just simply has that much more health, so it just takes that much longer to whittle down or blow off a part. And since I can't really do much else with Kazuki this turn, I'll just gun the guy down. You'll see a lot of these kinds of wanzers in the next little bit, so it's not like me not getting one now is the end of the world. Certainly not like those Kaibings I got. Now that being said, I'm not really a fan of using the arms of the melee Wanzer. I mean on Marcus, that is. And the reason for that is just that. The skill you have with it is just one that requires you to have 2 weapons. Like 2 melee weapons in each arm, and then, you know, my whole personal opinion is that that means you don't have a, means you don't have a shield. If you don't have a shield, then you can't defend, and if you can't defend, then you'll be taking way more damage, so it really just isn't worth it just to have a double punch. At least in my estimation. Okay, so that takes care of that, and I'm actually going to move into hard blow range just to reduce his AP a little. And plus there's the fact that she can still use fast attack. You know, if she stops shooting. She pretty much like took him from full to nothing. And I'm just gonna shoot that tree, because why not? And I think I'll take this moment to level up Emma's sniper skill. Or at least give a little XP. Always nice to do. Alright. So we got like super platinum there. Yeah, so I was saying, hey, we should just like get back for now and everything like that. Alright, so with that, I'm going to end this one here. Hopefully everything came across better than the last time I've been doing these. If not, my bad. But anyway, that's it for now. So I guess I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy.